Oh, I
Oh,
think I
there's
picked it up.
somebody.
There you are.
Found one.
I see it. Keep going.
He's coming for you.
Go,
Oh,
Krysta,
Jesus.
go.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
hi, Krysta.
Our duty is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Welcome, Spartans, to Mission Debrief's 20 for 20. We've played every Halo mission, and now we're going to rank the 20 best for the 20th anniversary of the franchise. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by David Arnold.
Hey, everybody.
Matt Salvatore.
How we doing?
And Krysta Brown.
Not the animals!
Yeah, zoo time. This episode, we're playing Uplift Reserve, which is the 12th mission on our list, and it's the 4th mission from Halo 3 ODST. We made it.
Woo!
Last time we finished Halo 3 with Halo, and definitely go check that out. That was an interesting ending to Halo 3, at least from a rating standpoint. You know, it didn't meet the highs, but we still had a good time. For the full list of 20, please check out our website, halopodcast.com/20 for 20. While you're there, check out all the goodies we have on the website, including our other shows, lore pages, articles, merch, and more. If you enjoy the series, let us know your thoughts by commenting on the video, giving us a like, or subscribing to the channel. You can also support Podcast Evolved by visiting us on Patreon. All right, let's get into the zoo.
Let's do it.
So this is the one with Nathan Fillion?
Some like obscure
Foliage?
actor, right?
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you.
He's the TDK, the detachable
Yeah.
kid.
That was a great cameo.
It's the best part of the movie. Nathan Fillion.
But we're not playing as Nathan in
No.
this.
Aw.
It'll tell us who we're playing. It's really nice about that.
Oh, that's right.
It does.
Yeah. I want to say it's Dutch, right?
I'm feeling Dutch.
Yeah, I think it's Dutch.
Should be.
Oh, the internet's thinking about it.
It sure
Internet
is.
curious. I think
It's
we
like,
confused it.
Go slow fade.
Yeah.
Very Dutch.
Oh.
All right.
No,
We
I
can play
called
as
it. I called
Dutch.
it.
No
When do
surprise.
we, when's that
Ooh.
Nathan Foliage guy show up?
Foliage.
I think he's just a cameo.
Yeah, he's the detachable kid.
That's where you see him.
He's very handsome, I heard.
They made him extra handsome in this game.
Back in the day, I suppose.
But in
Accurate.
Halo 3, or Halo 5 is extra enhanced.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got
sure.
the enhanced. He got like a little plastic surgery or something, you know.
Right.
Little
Bit of work
digital
done.
upglow. Little digital work.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got stuck in
I
a mountain.
never go to the map in these missions. I never do it in the streets flat, but, you know.
Yeah,
I've never
'cause
really opened it up.
Are
We
there-
got a
is there a map
awesome
in this?
sense of
Oh, there
direction.
is a map.
There is, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's because of our awesome sense of direction.
Yeah, well, it's well laid out enough that you don't really need a map per se.
Yeah, true.
It's Halo, it's just you move forward. Go towards the bad guys.
I love the little suppressed weapons though, they're pretty good.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they have, so the submachine gun, and then, what else, pistol?
Yeah,
The
they
pistol,
have the
yeah.
pistol. I have the Splazer.
Well, I'm saying the suppressed stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the only weapons that are unique to ODST, right?
I think so, yes. I don't think there's anything else.
I love this open area though. It's just chaos.
It is chaotic.
Oi, watch your step.
Alright, we got some people here. Let's go.
Oh, good. Chris just got a Spartan laser.
I
So
do have
when
a
you start as
Spartan laser.
Dutch, I know we ran by it already, but you can see his drop pod, right? Off the side.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's in the water.
That's cool.
I'm not ready to dead.
Ah! What the fuck?
No, what the hell happened there? I don't know
You
what
got
happened
stuck on the edge. You're the worst driver ever, dude.
there. I have no idea what you're talking about.
He did so well in the in Halo 3, the Warthog run.
And I
Yeah.
should continue
But now,
to do well.
he's lost his mojo. That was
That's
the,
right.
That was the
Wait.
extent of his driving mojo.
Oh my god.
That was Arbiter.
Great.
See, Arbiter is a good driver. That's the thing.
Yeah, ODSTs aren't.
Generic ODSTs. So
Just
just
They're the
not
ones
trained.
that hunt you off the cliffs anyway. So
Okay, that went pretty well.
yeah, that was a good encounter.
Well done.
I feel good about how we
was
left that
cleaned
off,
up.
boys.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Did we get to see
No
any
practice
wildlife
at all.
around here, Krysta?
I don't know where we are.
We're in the Uplift Reserve.
Oh, the tiger. It's not a picture of a tiger. This is a really HD picture of a tiger. Just there.
Oh, that is nice. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
So that makes it feel like people are driving through this Uplift Reserve, like as opposed
Oh,
I wonder if it's like a
to
safari.
safari.
Like,
Yeah.
Safari.
have you guys ever been
Yeah.
to those zoos where you are in like a jeep and then they just take you through the zoo like solely on a car?
Like Jurassic Park, they have those
Like
little,
one of them.
those little
Yeah, there's
pods.
the porta potties right here from Jurassic Park. Here,
Look at that.
look at that.
Huh.
Here are the porta
Hey.
potties.
Hey, there's a
Cool
rhino.
break.
Oh, do you guys need a drink? I found a water.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thirsty?
Nice, very nice. There's a
I would
big
be
one and
a
a
little
large one.
reluctant
We got
getting
rhinos.
out of the vehicle with pictures of rhinos and tigers nearby.
I think that was the panda.
We like the
Is it
pandas.
fun?
The pandas remind me of me. I eat poor nutritional
Salt.
foods and then I'm tired all the time. And I wonder why I'm tired.
Die, grunty grunts. Ooh, nice beach.
Where are the zebras? They're around here somewhere.
There's the dead
Oh.
zebra. Dun, dun, dun,
Aw.
dun, dun, dun.
He's just taking a nap. He's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's just a nap. It's just
Yeah,
just a permanent
yeah.
nap.
He's
There's
just asleep.
another one. See, they're just sleeping.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just tired. They're
They're
tired
just sleeping.
little boys.
All right, I'm driving, so everyone prepare to die.
Oh, perfect. Do you think the Covenant
do it.
purposefully killed the zebras, or do you think they were just collateral damage?
I think they were so shocked seeing aliens. They just
Yeah, they're
collapsed.
like, what the? They just had a
What
heart
is that?
attack. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Wow, full
Oh,
team
man.
wipe. I'm never getting to Warthog with you guys ever again. I'm done. You guys can go die on your own.
It was a nice
Bye.
debut there, Matt, in the driver's seat.
I mean, he did promise us death, so
I did.
he delivered on his
I'm a
promise.
man of my word.
Look at these guys. Look at these bozos
Stuck in the
stuck
map.
in the. Oh, hi. Thank you, sir. He just
Just-
personally delivered me a ghost. That was
Exactly.
really nice of him.
Called the Uber.
Call the over. There you go. Ghost
I didn't know
delivered.
Amazon delivered ghosts.
You know what he
Oh,
should have
Jesus.
said? You know our motto. We deliver.
We
Oh,
deliver.
nice.
hmm And we can see the space elevator, right? So it hasn't fallen quite yet.
Yep.
No,
there it
There,
is.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
wow.
there it is.
It's looking pretty snazzy.
It's
What a
Boom.
nice
There you
space
go.
elevator. I hope nothing bad happens to it.
It'd be a shame if something bad happened to
yeah,
it.
that would be
That
a
would
real
be
shame.
such
That'd set
a
us back.
shame.
Yeah.
That's how we go to space.
Yeah, and back.
Yeah.
Up
What are
and
we
down.
gonna do?
There and back again. A Halo tale.
I'd read that book.
Yeah. That's what it should be called. That's what Halo should be called. It's there and back again.
Is there a space elevator
It
operator that's
does,
just
I-
in there at all times? That's just hitting the button, going
Oh,
up,
yeah, maybe.
hit the
Yes.
button, go
there
down.
is.
I feel like the in AI deals with space elevators. Oh, excuse me.
Oh shit.
Pardon me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
so close. to
The
that.
superintendent do that?
I don't know if the superintendent does that. The space elevator might have its own dumb AI that just does everything.
You'd imagine so, yeah.
Yeah,
Please
everything's
don't hurt me, I'm
run.
just a child.
Everything's run by technologically.
Is this the visitor center? I love this building here.
It's
That's a good
cool.
question, actually. Or maybe like a expedition.
Ooh, chopper time. I feel like Krysta's deadly in the chopper.
I like choppers. They're fun. You can ram into people, and you know, it's pretty great. It's a pretty great experience. I
Yeah.
find. Oh Jesus.
The chopper is
Experience
actually
is
a
less
pretty.
great at this moment right now.
Oh my god.
I feel like my experience could be better. I'm going to fill out the survey after visiting the Uplift
How was your
Reserve.
experience?
Yeah.
Smiley
Ah!
face? Frowny face.
Chopper experience bad.
Frowny face.
Ooh, I feel like the Spartan laser is powerful on ODST.
Yeah, I wonder if they ramped it up.
Yeah, because I don't remember being able to one-shot a Wraith.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
pretty
that
good,
too.
though.
And we're on heroic as well, so
Ooh, make that 2
Hit it in the
Wraiths.
sweet spot.
Yeah, you gotta hit it at the pilot seat.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, no more. I'm out of ammo.
Woody's batteries are just top notch right now.
What controller are
Those
you using
Duracells?
I had the Chief one from the Halo 5.
The green one?
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
that one's cool. It says like 117 in Braille on the back
Yep.
and shit.
It's really
Got
good.
Yep.
all of the different members of Blue Team.
It's such a good controller.
It's got the chrome triggers.
Mine is really worn. Like really
I've never
worn.
used mine. I bought both of the Halo 5 controllers, and I very rarely even touch them.
Oh, really?
They just look pretty on a shelf, and I'm
They
happy
do.
with that existence.
They do.
I use mine a lot.
Ooh, sniper rifle.
Yeah.
I think everyone's dead.
There might be. I got a hug. Where you at?
You know what? I'm getting the rocket. Ooh, you know what? I thought about that.
Oh.
Too late.
Oh, I
Oh,
think I
there's
picked it up.
somebody.
There you are.
Found one.
Let's see this. Keep going.
He's coming for you.
Go,
Oh,
Krysta,
Jesus.
Go, go.
Thanks.
Alright.
Thanks, appreciate
Oh,
it.
hi, Krysta. Just jumped right in front of me.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Saved you.
You guys are the best.
I still feel like brutes don't seem big enough
Mm,
as an
mhm.
ODST. They should seem
Yeah.
they should seem like they're the size of hunters, really.
Yeah.
Not quite big enough.
I also don't know why you can, as an ODST, you're able to rip off
I'm
a turret.
approaching cautiously.
Yeah, good point. Because they don't really have any enhancements in their armor to make them stronger, right?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. It's not powered in any way. I think it's just basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
It's
badass,
just-
but
Got shields and stuff, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, instead of them ripping it off, they should have had like a little graphic where they like unscrewing something.
something gonna happen.
Oopsie daisy.
There she goes.
Oh.
So
The elevator operator.
Dang.
No. Someone's
Not even
not having a
actually.
very good day today at
Nope.
work.
That space elevator ain't gonna be in Halo 3.
Where do the other rings go? Oh, there you go. Everywhere. My
Oh
God.
fuck.
Yeah. Do you see him fall? Oh, cool. I've never seen him fall down like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Gee.
Yeah.
Imagine being the guy that built that and be like, well, shoot.
No, then he's happy. He's got another couple years on his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His phone is ringing right now.
He's like, yes, that was one of the most lucrative projects I've ever been a part of.
Right. Dollar signs.
Yeah, it later came out that he was in league with the Covenant and told them where.
Yeah, he's like, I really need the money. I pissed away all the money I made
Been
making.
down on his luck.
The only problem is that they killed everybody in New Mombasa, so it's not like they can really.
Yeah, they can hire anybody.
Yeah, right. He's got no workers. No one's showing up.
He's just gonna have to
cruising
hire
by those shade
outside.
turrets.
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Oh, here's the fun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Some things happening up here.
There's
do
like
it.
2 or 3 things happening here, I think.
Oh,
Hey, there's a marine.
there should be a
So
few.
this is, what is this structure? They're not building anything. It's like a,
No, I think it's like a
the
landing pad.
pad.
oh, like in Halo CE, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, right there.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
something to get up on.
Semantics.
Or ceramics.
Oh, that guy looks hurt.
Ah, that jackal
he's
jumped
okay.
in front of the raid tank.
Wait, did you
No.
help him along, Krysta?
Yeah, I just helped him, you know. He seemed like he wasn't having a fun time, so, you know, now he has no time. If you're not
Chris
gonna
is
have
here to-
fun, you can't come at
Timer
all.
was running out anyway.
Krysta's here to remind all Marines that life is short.
Life is worth living, Marines, because someone ODST might come by and just shoot you in the head for no reason.
It's been done. I feel like we'd all have to face some trials for what we did during war
Oh
crimes.
boy. Yep.
Yeah, we have just a couple war crimes we might have to answer for, but you know, if everyone's dead, then we don't have to answer to anyone.
True.
Are you guys just knocking off stuff?
What are you talking
What's going
about?
on? I'm not
Why
sure
left?
who this bozo is, but
One uplift.
get out of here. Alright, how about this bozo?
All
You got the
right.
rocket launcher on the side. I love it.
Yeah.
That's a me. Ba-da-ba-doo.
The wheel's
Prepare for
kind of
get
funky
blown.
there.
Yeah, I got a bit of.
You might want to go to a mechanic
nice.
about that one. I'm not sure you're supposed to be driving on that, to be honest.
Yeah, that looks a little suspect.
Don't worry about it. It's still good. It's still good.
Okay.
You wanna shoot the guy?
I know my car.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's
He's trying to
coward.
do
Taking a
armor
nap.
lock.
He's like,
Dodging.
you know what? Maybe if I
Yeah.
pretend to take a nap, everything.
He was
will be
trying
okay.
to lock his armor.
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's right.
Dumb.
Right when you
Yeah.
think you were done with the mission, they got this little sticky spot here at the end.
Oof. Did you see me dodge those plasmas?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes.
Just gonna skip it.
You gotta go that
No.
way.
Oh
We were so
Oh,
close,
thank-
damn it.
no!
Thank goodness I wasn't the only one that took the whole team out.
Yeah,
I know.
Jesus. Every time I get in a Warthog with you guys, I'm not feeling
Just charge the raid.
Oh my god. You guys are the worst.
I think
I'll
it-
edit that out in post.
The challenge conversation's gonna be interesting because
It's not that it's challenging. We're just making poor decisions.
Chris is just like, I'm out.
I'm getting the ghost. I'm ending the level. I'm going. Are you guys
Okay,
dead?
end No.
What the fuck? Alright. Here you guys
No.
go. I'm
Don't
putting us
end
out
the
of our
level.
misery. Watch this.
can she get there? Can she get there?
Hey!
it. And
Oh,
it
we are-
is indeed a ghost, but I think it's always a ghost in this cutscene.
I think it's whatever you use.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will
It
it
does
cover
switch.
work too?
I think. Yeah. I think if you come here during the mission, though, it's like if you come here in the map, it's a warthog that's flaming there.
Oh, okay. The Dutch.
Ooh,
Is that a drone?
it was.
Aw.
Oh yeah, that little piece falls off. Yeah. ODST is so cool.
How it all links up is brilliant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a cool armor with the skull on.
This helmet's dope with all the shark teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's really cool.
I like how they
Right.
give like
We did
one, at least one character some, something really unique. All right,
Right.
that was cool. ODST, here we go. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's talk some more.
Let's talk about
You
it.
guys love talking, so
All right, so this one's ODST is interesting because it has, and when we were building the list of missions to include in ODST, a lot of people wanted to include Mombasa streets, because it has that unique experience, right? That the dark and the saxophone and going in between missions and things like that.
Right.
It's hard to capture that as like a mission though. So, I mean, we'll probably talk about that as we have our conversation with Halo 3 ODST. Kind of that exists, but that's not a specific mission. Like we're talking about like these experiences right here. So it's hard. It's almost like an honorable mention as a cool experience for Halo. But now that we're in Halo 3 ODST, at least wanted to mention it, that it exists, and we all think it's pretty cool. But from the mission specifically, this one only stands out to me. I remember coming back to this when we were doing Mission Debrief originally, and this one was like, oh yeah, this mission, right? So I feel like this is one of the better ones, and so I'm glad it made our list. Gameplay wise, you get all the vehicles. There's lots going on. It's a little bit short, which we'll probably talk about in a little bit. Maybe that was a co-op aspect or not, but. Matt, since you weren't on the last couple episodes, talk about your gameplay experience in Uplift Reserve.
I dig it. I think there's a lot of I mean, it's crazy being as an ODST, but the elements of Halo are all still there. You know, you get a bunch of weapons. The vehicles are nice, you know. It's nice to see, like, especially it's geared with Halo 3, so just coming off of Halo 3, it's nice to see kind of all those mechanics work kind of the same. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it feels good. Even after all these years, I still enjoy just a lot of what the mission offers.
Do you feel like you're a ODST as opposed to a Spartan, right? Like you talked about, like, are you as tall, or like are you looking up to the brutes as much as you should be, or just little things like that, like the health pack element? Do you really feel like you aren't as powerful as a Spartan? Well,
there's certain elements where I think sometimes, like obviously with fall damage or with sometimes you feel really weak and sometimes you feel just as strong. Like if you go and meal a brute, there's not much of a change between how you hit it and how a Spartan hits it, you know?
Sure.
So there's elements, and obviously you can't change it too much because it'd be kind of awful to play a game where as you're super ODSTs. Yeah, exactly. Right. So I get it from that standpoint. So I think at some points they did a really good job at making you feel different, especially with the health pack aspect. And then other times I think maybe it could have used something, but I don't know how you would tweak it if you want to, change the
That's more a comment on like ODST in general. It's an interesting challenge that they had. And I think they did a pretty good job, because you need to be consistent in that Halo gameplay, but tweak it just a little bit, even though it may not be lore accurate. It's like hard lore accurate. Right. You are a little bit weaker because you're not, Spartans are just so beyond anything else that humanity has.
Right.
David, what are your thoughts on this mission specifically, gameplay wise?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Sorry, just to comment, like the engine and all the elements are pretty much the same from Halo 3.
Right.
So it probably feels a lot like Halo 3, but there's, it's different settings and different storytelling and all that sort of stuff. So I think we have to stick to consider that, right? We're coming off Halo 3. This is Halo 3 ODST. So the engine is the same. But there's tweaks along the way.
Yeah, I tend to play it differently. Like I try and play as an ODST, like a lot of the time. Like I'm trying to use the ODST weapons, the pistol and the SMG, even though they're actually like the SMG is probably like anything over normal, it's pretty terrible. So like it's kind of like it makes the game way more difficult if you're trying to do that. Like trying stealth, try a lot of hits, a lot of assassinations if you can. But I generally, actually, this mission's gameplay is pretty good. It's pretty action-packed, which I like the way that they build them kind of towards the characters. Like Dutch is heavy weapons, so like his starting weapon has a Spartan laser, which is pretty cool. And obviously, there's lots of heavy weapons in this mission, so it plays really well. I do like the gameplay.
Krysta, any thoughts to add?
I know it's, like we said, it is actually in the engine of Halo 3, which means there's a lot of similarities. But I do feel like taking away the shield mechanic does change the gameplay up enough that you feel very different in playing, because you don't have as much health as you do as Master Chief in the same engine. So I think that really changes up the gameplay in a good way. And then, of course, I agree with both Matt and David's stuff on it as well.
Yeah, so you do have to be a little more careful knowing that you're an ODST, and you probably feel that. I mean, this is what I said, the fourth mission, so you've kind of ramped up to that. You get a feel for that in Mombasa streets.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do everything that I could do as a Spartan, which maybe could be frustrating to people, but also makes sense because you're not a Spartan anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to
do need
get a little more creative.
Yeah. They introduced that like straight away, where like they have you fall out of your pod and immediately take fall damage.
Right.
Like, it's
Yeah.
like they immediately introduce you to the fact that like you're a little bit weaker.
Oh, and they make you go get a health pack too, like right after.
Yeah.
Yep, and use the visor and all that stuff. And we'll probably hit the visor at some point. Maybe the next mission, use visor. But anyway, so let's talk about gameplay score. I mean, I want to start in the 7-8 range, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
Matt, where are you at with it?
Oh, probably more 7.
Okay. What's it holding it back for you?
I don't know if there's anything holding it back. There's just nothing that I feel like is pulling it up. You know, I feel like with some things, I think a lot of it is very similar to what you see in Halo 3. There is a lot more vehicles and weapons in it.
Like the whole mission is vehicles.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty much the entire thing.
That is true, yeah. I don't know.
I think it's kind of funny that like
It's just like a vibe.
you can drive the entire mission and not kill anybody and finish it.
Yeah.
I do think that's pretty like a ridiculous kind of thing to have in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think what might hold it back might be just how linear it is. Like it is just, and I know that's the nature of like the way it's built, and that makes sense. You're in a nature reserve, and you're just following the path, the trail through, pretty much to get out. But I might be with Matt. I might be on a 7.
Okay. Krista, how you feeling?
I can agree with a 7. I think it's solid, but it's not a standout, especially considering some of the missions we just played.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is something that could hold it back, David, to your point. And maybe that's a little bit of level design, but you could just hop in, you know, your Warthog, skip over to a Ghost or whatever, and just skip through everything. But I feel like you guys were having a lot of fun along the way, right? Like there is a ton of variety in the mission. Yeah. You know, obviously vehicles is a big part of Halo. You know, the heavy weapons, like all that stuff is what makes it fun. So
can
for
you
me,
drive a Wraith in this mission?
You can. I believe you
can.
can.
You can hijack
okay.
one, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
I think I don't think you can do the regular like Wraith Jack that you do in Halo 3, where you get on top and you punch the guy out of the Wraith. But I think you can drive them if they become available.
So maybe is the way to frame it, what's holding it back is that it doesn't force you to use all of the gameplay. Like you can go around and have fun and do all this sort of stuff, but in order to complete the mission, you don't really have to do all that stuff, right? Like you can use the heavy weapons or you cannot, you know? But is that a bad thing or is that a good thing, I guess?
I think it's a good thing. Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It gives you a lot of different ways to play.
Yeah, you're given options.
Okay. But you guys are still at a 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm in the minority. Again, this is one that I always remember coming back to and having fun in ODST.
Oh, it's a good ODST mission, but is it a good Halo mission?
That's a good question.
They're
what are we talking about for the next couple episodes? Okay, well, let's start at 7. We'll start at 7. All right, let's talk about level design now. I feel like they did do a great job on, David talked about it being linear, which is Halo and its nature is linear. But you're not really driving a straight line. You're going around and going up, and you have to go through things, and there's barriers, and, you have the skybox, and you have, the space elevator that comes down, and the city in the background, and the dead zebras. I feel like from a setting standpoint, they really did a good job of creating this. You feel like you're in this nature reserve, right?
Which is kind of cool given the fact that you're smack dab in the middle of a city. So like, it is cool that it gives you that new environment to play in, and like I like each of the segments in the reserve feel different. So, like they don't repeat on themselves, which is kind of good, even if you're straight lining through. But like. It is cool, but like there's elevation, there's variation. You're going up and down cliffs. You're like on a beach. Yeah. So, I think it's pretty well designed for as simple as it is.
Yeah, and I mean, if they did straighten the line out, like we talk about the mission not being super long, and I guess that's part of level design and gameplay. But a lot of that's because you're in the vehicle the entire time, and you're able to cover a lot of ground in a short period of time because of that.
And ODST is a shorter game anyway. It's a very uniquely made game. So like they're all short. the whole way through.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, Krista, on level design you want to call out?
I think this was a much. Obviously, we didn't go through any of the ODST missions prior to this, but Mombasa is a very it's not a very interesting environment at times. It gets very samey as you go through the missions. So having this mission that's a completely different take on what you've been doing previously, like a whole different environment, is very refreshing. It's like a little less than halfway through the campaign. So I think it was a good idea to put something like this in here, because the last couple missions were city. Yep. You're in the city. You're going around the city. You're doing stuff in the city. So I think this was a good. It's one of the first missions that kind of gets you away from the city a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts? Anything?
Yeah,
differing?
I actually really like the level design for this one. I think that the cool thing is that you are given vehicles, and there's a lot of elevation and stuff like that, so you can actually play with speed and going through things. So I like that it isn't just a flat area. You know what I mean? Like there's hills and stuff you can go through. I always appreciate that with level design, is that you can take the high ground if you want. I think that Krista's point is also bang on, that it is so different from the missions that have come before it. So it is really kind of nice to have that uniqueness in that. So no, I really like the level design for this one. I think it's one of the best in ODSTs.
And maybe that is why it's so memorable for me, is like you're going city, all of a sudden like, oh, this is cool. It's like you're,
And I think the level design in this one actually helps the gameplay, right? Because you are given vehicles, but the vehicles work better in this level. So they kind of pair together well.
So I'm starting at a 9 on level design. How are we feeling about
that?
I would go 8.
You guys are feeling 8. Okay.
I'd say Colin and go 9. I like the level design for this one.
We could do 9. I could do 9.
So that reaction,
high.
but why?
Yeah, it is really high.
Colin.
Why is it high? Why is it too high?
It feels like it's a simple. It's just simple. You
Yeah.
can skip
Is
it,
it
Colin.
simple
You can
because
drive
is
the
it
whole
simple
mission
because
in 3
it's
minutes.
short? Is it simple because it's short?
The level
I
design.
mean, the only kind of area that's a little more interesting in this level is the one that's based off of the firefight map, right? That's where you have a couple different nooks and crannies to go in, but everything else is very surface level for the level design.
You're right. For example, remember the part in the mission where there's those turrets set up on that ridge, right? So like they created that purposely. So if you're in a vehicle, you can't just drive up that ridge. I'm sure you can, but not effectively. You have to go all the way down to the end and then come all the way back around, right? And that makes it feel like, you're in this reserve, and you're not supposed to be going straight to the end, right? Like the reserve is designed in a certain way. Like you're a tourist in the reserve, but you're fighting this war in the middle of this, in the middle of setting.
I would also say that with the the space elevator being destroyed and scattering everywhere, I think that level design element adds to the story. Like it's all kind of crumbling down on them. It adds to it a little bit, so I think that's kind of neat. I wouldn't know if we would classify that as level design. Yeah, the space.
It plays in both places.
It doesn't change anything in the mission. Like it's not like the level itself changes.
Yeah, it's more of just an addition to what's going on in the story, because you do start the story with like big chunks of the space elevator just all around the city.
Right.
When you're playing as Rookie.
Yeah, and so then you're like, oh, so that's how it happened.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much like all of ODST, right? Is you going, so that's how that happened.
Right.
Yeah, that's the storytelling element.
Which is good. We like that.
Which is good. Yes.
So
what do we do now, Colin?
Are you still at an 8, David? Have we convinced you?
What are you gonna do? What Krysta is? Krysta still at an 8?
I'm still at an 8 as well. Actually, I don't think it's 9.
8.5, Colin. That's what you get.
No, we can't do 0.5.
Well, so I always ask this question though, but like, what could they have done better?
They could have had more Covenant stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of it's very vehicle based, which is fine, but there's only like 2 or 3 spots where you can really you have places to fight from that isn't in a vehicle.
Yeah, there's like that middle area, right? That I called it the visitor center, whatever it is, that building there. But otherwise, you know, you're in the vehicle the entire time. So maybe if they forced a couple different spots where you had to get out and do other things.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of variety in this level design. It's a good level, and we like it, but the variety in the level is... There's a lot of variety compared to, like, the other levels we've seen, because it is a different area. But
like,
does the level itself have enough variety for it to be a 9? Because...
Are you guys pushing it so high just because it's so different compared to the other parts?
Maybe it
of
would have.
ODST?
Maybe it would have benefited
Good question.
if it had like the traditional open area corridor, open area kind of feel that Halo has. Like this one is just kind of open area.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense in the context. Like everything makes sense in the context of what's going on in this level. But is this level comparable to some of the other Halo levels we've rated as 9s?
I wouldn't have said so.
No,
Maybe it's
I
just
wouldn't
too
think
bite-sized.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go 8.
We
All
bullied
right.
Colin into making it an 8.
This is one of my favorite missions in ODST.
I know,
Play
it's a
for.
really good mission. It is a very, very good mission.
All right,
It's one
so
of the best
challenge.
ODST missions.
There were, so I feel like my comment was, you know, like playing co-op. If like you guys were all in the Warthog together, everybody died a couple times. It almost made it more challenging being in co-op.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you know, riding together and that sort of thing. But how did you guys feel? I mean, even on heroic, it also felt like you guys breezed through it pretty well.
Yeah.
Co-op helps for sure. Like,
Yeah.
if it was single player on heroic, it is
Oh, we'd still be playing
quite
it.
tougher. Yeah, like it's tougher. Yeah,
With all the heavy weapons, I feel like those are good things and bad things, right? Sometimes those will blow up in your face. But like the again, back to the point where there's a building in the middle and there's all the heavy weapons on top. That's also kind of a point where those turrets are coming at you. You know, a random chopper's firing at you. The Wraith is trying to splash on top of you. So there are some challenging points.
Yeah,
The Wraiths
I
are
like
very effective in this one.
Yeah.
they are for sure.
What do you start us at for challenge, Matt? Where do you start this one at, number-wise?
Number-wise, I'd go 8.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, okay. God, you guys, I would have gone a little lower, but I'm not going to argue.
Really? I feel like if you're playing by yourself, this is a really challenging mission.
Yeah.
Even on like normal or heroic, or especially on legendary. This is a sticking point in the campaign on legendary.
Is it? Okay.
Especially if you don't have a vehicle, like it blows up.
Yeah,
and
you're
vehicle,
not
you're in
doing
trouble.
well.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it was just because there were 3 of us. You know, when you get in a
Yeah.
game like this and you have 3-4 people, it just flows really quickly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, let's just do 8. Let's not dwell on it.
It's also one of these missions that actually does really well giving the Marines power weapons. Like the other, like it is you tooling up your team if you're on single player and then like jumping in a Warhog. Like it's way better and like it feels like that was a great thing to do. Like because you have a little mini convoy that you start off with.
Mm-hmm.
And, like on the higher difficulties, like you are either really reliant on them for either distraction or just soaking up like the attention.
Yeah.
So you can get by. And giving them power weapons always feels really great here for this mission. It's one of my favorite missions to do that in because there's so many of them around as well.
And remind me, I mean, it was a little chaotic watching, but there are Marines kind of scattered throughout the entire mission, right?
Yes.
So you're
In
always kind of
different
have,
segments, yeah.
some Marines to pick up, to die along the way. That's that's how it goes in Halo. But that I guess that also is a gameplay and level design element, but just something to call out. So okay, let's stick with 8 on challenge, and then storytelling. I guess that's also this Marine, where they're deployed. That's part of the storytelling in the mission. You have the space elevator falling down. You have Dutch, having dropped. He was knocked out for 30 minutes to start with. You have his drop pod there. He comes to and goes out and kind of just is seeing the chaos that is unfolding in front of him. Any other story, I guess, moments that are worth calling out, David, for you?
For me, this one's pretty weak because I think it is just Dutch waking up. He gets on the comms and it's like, where's my team? Can't find them. He finds other Marines and just joins up. I think his objective is just to push through, right? He's just trying to get back to the city. I don't think there's not anything else really happening. It's not really clear what the objectives were the Marines fighting for. I think it is just obviously, like, it's a nature reserve, so why care about it? I think it's just because it's an open area for that landing platform. In my head, I've built it up as that's the purpose for why the Covenant are in the nature reserve, because they have this open area to set up a landing pad.
Yep.
And I think that's not very clear. And I think they really should have sold more of, like, what are the Marines doing here? Like, why give a shit about a nature reserve when the city's under attack? Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I would have figured that, like, the space elevator itself would be like a center point for the city to be defended at. But anyway, that's just my own thing. I think so. It's kind of low for me. I mean, it's a cool moment seeing it come down in the story. I like that. Like, that's really cool. But the storytelling within the mission itself, I think, is pretty low.
That's like the only thing that happens, right? Like, if you're going back and thinking about this mission, you're like, what happened in this mission? Oh, the space elevator fell.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about
And that's something you could potentially even miss if you're not looking up as you're driving down that tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, they talk about it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
they do. But, yeah.
Matt, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I think David adding that where, like, that would be like the landing pad is actually really kind of fascinating. It would have been neat if the story kind of called for you to, like, oh hey, let's take this landing pad out. Let's stop the Covenant from landing here, and just kind of show that that's why they were there, and make it more of a purpose in the story of, like, oh, instead of just, like, driving by it, you're like, oh, let's plant charges here, or let's blow this up, let's do this, and then so at the end of the mission, you look like, that you accomplished something other than just driving through. It would have been neat if you were like, I need to,
And leaving all those Marines there.
Dutch would have been like,
I'm gone.
Dutch should have been like, I need to get here because that's where my team was, and then he gets pulled away, and, like, they're like, well, can you help us blow this up, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I like Dutch. I think a lot of little character moments are nice with him. But nothing super impactful on the story other than this, the space elevator caving in on itself.
So are we at a 6 or a 7 story-wise?
My God, Colin, your numbers are all over the place for this mission.
Well, you guys are talking about it. It's like being simple. So are you higher? Are you at an 8?
I would have been 5, man. That's where my brain was.
You go 5?
I would
Not
say
great.
give it a point for the space elevator at least, and do 6.
You can have a 6, Colin.
6.
You can have your
And the
6.
dead zebras, that was good storytelling moments. So.
6.5 for the dead zebras, Colin.
There were 3 dead zebras, so then 3 more points.
You
So
want
it's
to
actually
push
at an
up?
8 or a 9.
Okay. It's weird having a mission where something so impactful, like the space elevator falling, be bad on storytelling.
Oh, that was the center point of the mission, though. Like, if there was any... And it's just, like, kind of a throwaway thing. Oh, the space elevator fell, and then it's not talked about beforehand. It's not talked about after.
Like, it's the center point of the mission that has nothing to do with the mission.
Sure. So they could have done a better job of that, bringing the story down. Yeah.
If the elevator came down and, like, wiped out half the reserve and then caused you to have to deviate somewhere else, and then you're fighting, like, if it actually affected the mission. Now I know there's rubble in the level, but, like, it doesn't really impact you. You could, like I said, you could totally miss it and just drive straight by and keep going through.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or even if you saw, like, a wraith that's been crushed by the debris as you go through that tunnel or something like that.
That'd be really
like, you just start seeing the impact of it as you go, or like a building that has a big thing as you go through.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to see the rubble fall on stuff, but if we just saw more elements of it throughout the mission, that would have been more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So 6. Are we okay with that?
Good. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I don't feel like we haven't given a 5 out yet.
Nah,
so
we don't need to go 5.
That'd be a tough pill to swallow. All right.
Sorry, Colin.
Let's give away our first one.
Right, exactly. Okie dokie. So let me bring up my giant calculator. And we gave gameplay a 7. We gave level design 8. We gave challenge 8, and then storytelling 6. We divide that by 4, and we're at a 7.25.
That's good. I feel
that
like
sounds
that's good.
fair.
That's fair.
That sounds fair. Yeah.
Okay. That
sounds like
might be the lowest score we've given to a mission yet, which is a little surprising.
ODST is very different than the other Halo games, though. The other Halo games have a lot more at stake than anything that goes on in ODST.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, from a storytelling standpoint, maybe that's the biggest knock on the missions that we play. So we'll see. All right, 7.5 for Uplift Reserve. On the next episode,
is it 7.5 or 7.25?
Excuse me, 7.25. Excuse me, 7.25 for Uplift Reserve.
Trying to get that last.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. I think we talked it through well, and we'll stack this up at the end, and we'll go from there. So on the next episode, we'll be covering Kikuwani Station from Halo 3 ODST. Don't forget to post a comment, like, or subscribe. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolve.
Evolved.